Good morning. Hard stop in the music. Never loved that. That doesn't always sound good. That's okay though.
What's up, buddy? I
How you
think
doing? Good morning.
that was what I was missing yesterday when I started it. Was I don't didn't know how to start the music, so there was no music.
Oh,
So it just like started with like me on screen, and I was like, "What do I do now?"
well, that's okay. That's okay. That's not a problem.
Uh,
What do you do? What do you? What? Okay, you're on screen. Where does your mind go right away? What's the? Where do you? What do you have to do?
when I'm alone, say I was saying, good morning and welcome and all that stuff, but there was no one in the room, so I was just kind of waiting to see the numbers, go up in the views
Oh,
to actually be
yeah.
saying good morning to someone or to have someone actually type in the chat. So the chat, the couch, whoever's there, it is very helpful when you just drop a GM so that we know who's here and someone we can shout out someone
I hear you. Yeah, yeah.
as opposed to if there's someone on the screen, we can obviously say good morning Ryan, good morning Blaze,
Good
uh,
morning.
hey buddy.
Yes. Blaze, you've been repping that hat like a boss.
I think it's my new favorite hat.
It is.
Nice.
It is. I'm working with trying to get them to tell me they can remake them as we made them. But they don't have a reorder button, so you have to go through hoops now to like figure out if it's going to be the same exact product. And I'm like, how can we? Is there an easier way to do this right now? So we're just trying to figure it out. So we're trying to get more.
David,
What's
good
up,
morning. StreamYard, good morning. Orion, good morning. Dom, Karen Campbell, that's Orion, right?
Ryan's here. Yeah, nice. What's up,
Dom,
Ryan?
would it save us significant money if we didn't get B-dads on the side?
It would significant money. Forget how much it was. I think there is a cost.
I was just thinking, man, today would be a good day to do our show on Whatnot and then raid Gary T with Gary V. But we can do that in the future.
Go set it up. Go do it.
I
Go
can't.
away. Go away and set it up. Go ahead. Go do it. Well, hold on. But then there's only two people because you can't do three. That's the only issue.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how would you stream from Whatnot and stream on here?
I've thought about it too, but I was trying it with Brofit, and the vibe was just like I feel like the vibe was tough. And then like having the co-host and then the host, and I think the hard thing was that we were trying to like play into Whatnot and do more of the like auctions and stuff. But I feel like you would have to do host, co-host, but you can only do two unless you're doing like an OBS kind of thing. Because I feel like if we did this and we had OBS running, then we can do three that kind of way. But I don't know OBS. I tried one time and OBS was tough for me to figure out. So
you know who's the king at OBS?
Tell me.
Tim Livingston. He
do it. Get him.
Yeah, I love that guy. He I didn't know that he worked for NFT NYC for a while, and he and he grew up 2 hours from where I live right now. No, like an hour and a half. And now he's an art teacher in Florida and does living bots and helps with like garage sale stuff. And he's a beast. Such a talented guy.
Yeah, he is. Plus I feel like he's very positive. He's just got a good energy. You know what I mean?
But he also has like a
hopeful. He has hopeful energy. That's what I was thinking.
But I think he has a healthy dose of realism as well.
Oh, well, I hope hope doesn't have a negative connotation to it.
No, hope's great. I think it's good to have a combination of like what did Gary say? You don't want to be a delusional dinosaur.
That's true. I don't know why is my camera angle so wide right now? I feel like you're not seeing all of this all the time, so I don't really know what's going on. That's okay. That's neither here nor there. But Blaze, do you want to try and figure out the OBS thing?
Nah,
all right, don't. That's fine.
No, I do. I'm always thinking short-term, medium-term, or long-term, and that's probably like a medium-term goal.
Oh yeah, definitely not something we need to get done in the acute moment. So that's not an issue. Want to do a pivot to gratitude, guys? Want to share some grats? Oh, first of all, hold on. Before you say that, did you guys? I don't know if you guys listened to the Gary V podcast, I know they just like pump podcasts out like multiple times a day. But he was recently, well, I just want to make sure I put who was he? Oh, also the VFam sessions. Shout out to Rob on John Troutman. Trouty. He's a dad. I've been trying to get him on the podcast. Actually, I got to reach back out, but I don't know him, so it was like it was a cold message, and that was definitely a hard thing. I'm sending this over to 3 hours ago. This was released. I listened to it on my bike ride into the city. It's titled 5 Key Traits of Successful Entrepreneurs. It was on the View NJ podcast is what it was. View, VUE. But if you listen to it, go check it out. It's the last podcast on the Gary V audio experience, whatever it is. Listen to exactly what it is that he's saying. Now, I don't want to say that like if we follow everything Gary V says that we will be successful in life. But I do want to make sure that, you know, there is a successful entrepreneur. Hear about what he says that he's doing in the day or what he's looking out for, and tell me that it's not exactly what we do every day. Not to prop us up and kind of pedestalize our, you know, our process right now, but more of the fact of have confidence in how you're going about living your life if you're showing up here. And I want to make sure that anyone knows that if you are here right now, whether you're on screen, whether you're on the couch, whether you're checking in on X, because we got a few people over there right now, you are a different type of individual, right? You are someone who cares about what you want to do as a parent, what you want to do as an individual, what you want to do with gratitude, what you want to do with everything on meditation. So just know that, live it, and go check it out, and just let it seep into you and have that confidence. So that's just what I want to say.
I love that, and I'm gonna try and listen to it in the car today. Couch David brought up a good point about whether your team won or lost in the election, just navigating those conversations. I'd say winning beautifully, and then it's hard to be happy for others as well. But also, you know, that stoicism piece of, you know, if your team didn't win, there's still things you can do, and if your team did win, I think that gives you a platform to do more. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not a politician, but what I will say is that I have a lot of gratitude in life. Can I share it?
We're here for it.
Yes, sir.
There is just so much gratitude. I'm gonna try and make sure this isn't my gratitude every day, but I did the fruit and veggie challenge the past 2 days now. The past 2 days. And I do feel better because if you guys don't know, love to pound danishes and muffins and donuts, but there's only so much time in it. And so it's just less time for my little blaze hands to be, you know, gripping donuts and muffins because I'm focused on veggies and fruit. So that's my gratitude.
I want to, just because it's always on my heart, and so my heart flutters, and I feel tickled when I hear that that's something that you're definitely doing, just because I know we talked about it. But I want to reinforce the idea that there's nothing you can't eat when you do it that way. When you come from a place of only inclusion, that is an outcome that can happen. It's not so much that you can't have those foods, because restriction will lead to rebellion in so many ways. So if you can just say, I can have my Danish, but I can still have those too, it is something that does not have you thinking or kind of like put red flags around certain things. Because once those red flags pop up, I think that's where people start to kind of feel backed into a corner. And that's where a lot of like binge eating can happen anyway. I love that you said that. Thank you so much for it.
Yeah. And I just want to highlight, like, I'm not being restrictive. It's just like, I don't spend a lot of time eating. Like, and it's cool tracking because like I see some of the nutrients and macros that I'm missing, but it's just like, I only provide myself X amount of time to eat each day. And if I'm focused on fruit and vegetables, that's just less time to focus on some of those. I mean, I still ate my peanut butter M&Ms yesterday, and
I had peanut M&Ms, not peanut butter, but I had peanut M&Ms yesterday.
How serendipitous.
I did not.
Why not?
Get some M&Ms. Just kidding.
I didn't know that was a thing. I did not receive that message.
Can I say one thing along the lines of that, which is I've been trying not to lean too heavy into this, because I didn't want it to be like the influence of a lot of this, but it is, I I think more and more this month of the year is becoming like men's health month. It used to be strictly more about like I think prostate cancer. If you guys are familiar with like the No Shave November,
Yeah.
Movember kind of movement here. But I was looking into it because someone recently said something, and I was like, I'm hearing myself.
No, sorry, it was my car.
Oh, it's okay.
I got it fixed.
I just want to make sure it was me. So I was seeing something, and then there is this little bit of a movement into more men's health in terms of obviously physical health, but also mental health, connection, and all those kind of things too. So I do just want to make sure that it's not as if we aren't on top of thinking about, the men's health kind of side of it, and it's there. And I think what we're doing right now by showing up here every morning is great for the mindset piece and connection piece. And obviously, what we're doing right now in the challenge is a huge benefit to physical health too. But when it comes to prostate cancer, when it comes to things just like other things around certain, colorectal cancers and stuff like that, the current challenge we have is very much associated with reducing many of those type of challenges. So if you're a guy, if you're a man, even if you're a woman, if you know someone in your life, just pop in, check out the challenge. You don't even have to get involved in it and do anything. Just kind of watch it and let it marinate in your life. See if it helps you.
Love that. What's your grab? Or Dom?
Mine, or was that Ryan's?
Dom Ryan.
Tom Ryan.
You go, because I have mine. It was something that we talked about yesterday in our private chat. Actually.
Yeah, mine's relaying a lot of stuff from yesterday. So like I was reflecting on how yesterday went and just being sick. I'm really grateful for the future of not being sick and all the days I spend during the year that I'm not sick, because it's been so tough. Like it's been tough at work, but it's more tough when you're sick. I really just want to like go lay down. And then speaking of laying down, I did, after a long day of meetings, I did find a small break where I was able to go lay down on the beach real quick. And
that's awesome.
I think I've talked a little bit in our X group like chat about meditation, and sometimes I do struggle to like actually get my brain quiet. But man, yesterday, like the 20-minute timer like woke me up out of the deepest sleep ever. And that's either how sick I am or how well the drugs kicked in or just how exhausted my body was. But yeah, that was an interesting one. When that happens, like when 20 minutes feels like 2 hours, it's very fun, interesting, and refreshing, I feel like. So I don't know if anyone's ever had that, but I have that experience quite often.
I was listening to a story yesterday about a woman who got addicted to Nephrin. Is that what it's called? Nephrin, the nasal spray stuff. She was sick and getting clogged, and apparently it's just like how it works is it doesn't dilate. It's what I'm thinking of. It just shrinks your blood cells, or shrinks at least, I guess, like the arteries, whatever, in your nose, and it helps you breathe a little bit. But apparently it has this, loop effect to it, which is like this like positive feedback, not in a positive way, but you can get addicted that way. And it was an interesting conversation because I was thinking like I've used that before and I felt like I've needed it. And so if I was sick right now, I'd probably go back towards that Nephrin, but now I feel like I'm never going to use it again. I didn't realize it was like has this addictive type of thing to it. It was very confusing.
I mean, I've been a nurse for 15 years and I've never heard that. I think anything can become addictive.
Yeah.
And so I think, is there a little bit of like hypochondriac, like, and then they start using it all the time and then they just get like the feeling of being addicted. Because even like heroin addicts, I don't want to compare this addiction to heroin, but what I'm trying to say is even that needle, they even crave just that needle prick, even if they're not getting anything, because it leads them to that high. I went off tangent here.
No, you're right. You're right on it. This is exactly what we're doing. I was looking at the active ingredient. The active ingredient is fentaconazole nitrate, apparently. So I don't know what that is, but yeah, I don't know if it's so. Maybe it's just more habit forming in its own way.
Yeah, that's what
Nephrine.
Maybe it just became like a really intense ritual for her as well.
Maybe that's how she was saying it more, because I think that the doctor had, because she was pregnant and the doctor asked, have you ever been addicted to anything? And I think that was the direction that she went in. But then I think Nephrine in particular, while she was pregnant, wasn't a good thing. Anyway, I'm getting into some things that aren't backed on any like research. So I'm going to stop talking. But it was interesting. I was just thinking if I was sick, what I would do, and I might end up doing that, which would be interesting there. 10 notifications on, wow, what's going on over here? What was I gonna say? Oh, well, one, I love that the sun comes up now while Dom is. It makes me feel like Dom isn't stuck in like a box. So I'm glad that the sun comes up now whenever we're talking. So that's beautiful. My gratitude, I think, was yesterday. You guys know we were talking and you guys asked a question. I had said something around like just kind of feeling stuck in business and all that kind of stuff too. And there's like, whether I'm holding myself back or whatever is really going on. But it was a reminder for me of like, yeah, it's definitely happening. And I feel as if like, I'm not afraid to be successful. I'm not afraid to grow my business as much as I am, but like things are just so comfortable right now that it's hard for me to have to push myself out of my, like where I'm comfortable with my kids and my current routine. But I think what I'm grateful for is that one, our conversation and being able to feel open enough to like say those things. But it did also give me some takeaways. And this morning I was able to take like a step that I wasn't afraid of, but I wasn't taking, and I did. And it was, I know it's going to help me out. So just, I think that the circles that we build here are really important. Even the healthful circles that we're kind of having when we're thinking about our food, the people that we surround ourselves with, it really does create a big part of who we are. So that was our conversation yesterday, and I'm grateful for it here. That's what we got. Any other gratitude we missed though? We got David's, we got MP over there. Karen Camel, do we have any gratitude? MP, we shared yours, but if you got anything else, let us know. How's everything for the meditation today, Dom?
There must be hope. This one was a decent one. I felt a little political undertones in it. I know Ryan likes to drop. I know Ryan likes to drop some of that here and there in his podcasts and stuff. But coming off of what we're coming off of, which happens every 4 years. I was texting with my cousin, and I basically asked her how she was yesterday, and she was like not doing well because of the election. And I was like, that's the bummer. Every 4 years, half the country is disappointed, and then 4 years later the other half, or vice versa. So yeah, it's that's where I felt like this one was going a little bit. But if you take that aside, the obvious thing is, during times of crisis, during times of war, during times of sickness, family emergencies, whatever, being a parent, one of our biggest jobs is just, giving our children hope, making sure that they, see enough so that they understand like that bad things happen, but not like being fully aware of everything, so that they can still live in like a hopeful, joyful, like kind of like child's world, like not letting them know everything that's going on. Basically, that's what I was getting at. That's how I felt. How'd you guys feel?
I like that a lot, because my kids were asking me who I voted for, and then also who's winning and stuff like that. And then it was really interesting to hear. My son didn't really have an opinion as being 6, but my daughter, who was 8, had an opinion. And so I think it was just interesting to think and hear them like talk, be interested in that. But with the undertones from today, I'm always curious, because like I think Ryan Holiday is pretty smart guy, and I'm curious, like, with this hope, did he tie it around like when election week is or anything? But anyways, it made me think about like, you can't be angry. It made me think about back to like a couple months ago, and we talked about like, if you're angry and mad around your kids are going to be there the reason that. And like, when you have kids, you have to, it's your job to instill hope and wonder and curiosity and resilience and gratitude in them. Because if they just see you angry and mad all the time, they're going to be angry and mad all the time, if not other worse and maladaptive traits, stuff like that. So I think that I'm always trying to provide my like something to. I know this weekend at a 3-day weekend because they don't have school on Veterans Day, but it's also, I'm also thinking like, well, am I establishing that they don't have to go to school all the time? So just something, I don't know. I love the conversation about have to hope.
I love what you said about the, you know, if you're angry and your kids are going to be angry. It reminded me of the thing around how like when parents argue around their kids, it's not the argument in front of your kids that's so much the issue, and it's not about the anger in front of your kids that's the issue. I think, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm preaching here. What I believe rather is, that's what I'll say, is I believe that the explanation of why is the bigger issue, or them not seeing some sort of resolution. So like fighting is going to happen around your kids, just like you being angry is going to happen around your kids, whether it's politics or someone cuts you off, or I don't know. I hate lazy I hate lazy people but in like a grocery store, when people don't help bag your groceries, sometimes it gets me. Just throwing it out there right now. But I'm gonna I don't know why it just hit me here. I think because that's the last time I got like really angry.
Need to unpack. So if I'm your cashier and I'm scanning your groceries and I'm not packing them for you, is that the trigger for you?
No, this is the trigger for me. When they like to scan things really fast and then let it build up at the end while you're trying to bag your own stuff, and then they sit there and then wait for you to bag your own stuff and stare at you. Like, it's a team effort here, buddy. Like, you know how to bag better than I do. Like, you're the expert at this. And so I'd like for you to either direct me or know that you're going too fast, because I don't know how to bag these things. And if my ice cream goes in with my chicken, it's going to be an issue. Anyway, I'm only saying that because it was like the last time I feel like my daughter saw me like flustered, because I told the guy, hey, might want to slow down. It looks like I'm getting a little bit jammed over here, don't you think? So anyway.
Wow.
All right, hold on. Let me just come back from this.
I just want to go grocery.
Right. Right?
It's quite an event. So anyway, what I was saying is that the resolution. So like my daughter seeing me upset, and then at the end being like, hey man, I'm really sorry. You know what? I was getting jammed up, going a little bit fast. I appreciate you helping me with this transaction. Anyway, but like, so my God,
what is first day sticker on? Because he's training.
It's like, I quit. This is out. I'm out. It's like Amazon's not paying me enough right now. Hold on. What was I saying? I totally lost.
So you shop at Whole Foods?
I do, but lately I've been going to like this smaller store, and I think it's saving money right now. It's just been easier. So, let me just finish this out. Now I'm not embarrassed, but it's so unnecessary for me to get to that point. What I want to say was that I liked what Ryan Holiday said, that it's imperative that we give our children hope, which is great. Give your children hope, whatever, right? That we have to do as parents. But it's more important, or that's what he says here, says that we explain the world to our kids in a way that empowers them with agency, that shows them progress, whatever, it doesn't matter there. But I think that no matter what the outcome of an election was, no matter how someone didn't help you bag your groceries, whatever it really is, I think that it's important for you to still make sure that you're kind of giving hope. It's like, well, not everyone's like that. There's other cashiers that are going to help, or just knowing that like whoever is in office, it's like we can find hope here and it's going to help. And like we can definitely kind of make sure that we are building that in our own way for them. I just thought I liked what he said there. Build it off right now.
I love what Karen Campbell said in the chat on the couch. Staying positive in tough situations for gratitude. Oh man, hard. That can be really hard. I'm working on that as well. And then I'm thinking in my mind, like, Ryan, what would you do? You're in the self-checkout. You're with your daughter. She's scanning really fast, but you got distracted by like a phone call or something. And would you get frustrated in that situation?
No, but can I share something else about groceries?
Yeah.
There's this place that I'm going to right now. I don't understand this. So like we live in an urban environment, so we walk around a lot of places. There's the store that I'm at right now. This is how it goes down. One, you have to let them know that you might need a bag if you didn't bring a bag. So like, okay, I get it. Like you're not getting bags out right away. It's like 5 cents for a bag. I'm going to pay 5 cents for a bag. I'm not bringing my dirty reusable bags. It's just me. Okay. So get over it. But the other thing is once I tell them that, guess what their next question is?
How many?
No. Guess what I'm going to give you one more guess. What's the next question that you think they ask me? This is serious.
Why don't you bring your own bags?
That would be a good question. But I guess like if you're that upset, then bring your own bags, douchebag. But the next question is this. Do you want bags with or without handles? I'm walking home. Of course I want handles. What are you talking about? Why do you have bags without handles? I don't get it. Oh my God. It doesn't make sense to me. Why are we making shopping bags without handles in 2024? This is killing me. What? I've never gone to a store. I was like, I really hope they have the handleless bags today. Have you guys done that? No.
So it's paper bags, right? You guys are doing paper bags. Plastics.
Yeah, they're paper bags. Yeah. Why? Because you're thinking that plastic would just automatically have them?
Yeah, plastic. Yeah. Well, like, because some stores where I am, they still do, like, we still can get plastic. Like, sorry, where I live is a different county, so they can do plastic. Where I work, it's mostly paper. But yeah, it's the paper with the handles most of the time. So I don't think I've seen a handleless paper bag anywhere except for like a liquor store. You know, where they put my 40.
I don't get it.
There's no handles in that bag.
Well, the grocery store that I go to, the paper bags don't have handles. So,
why do you shop there?
I think
because Blaze brings his own reusable bags.
I don't. I read once that you have to use a reusable bag like 50 to 100 times to get like the environmental benefit. And I just will do that. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know.
I don't know. Paper bags, you just get them and then you can recycle them. I also put them in. This is another thing about me. I have like a worm compost thing, and so I just take those bags and I cut them up and I feed them with worms. But like, my God, just put handles on your shopping bags, people. That's all I'm gonna say. Ugh. All right. With that said, Tea with Gary Vee is going on right now. I have a client right now, and guys, I hope you have an amazing day. You make me happy,
you too, buddy.
You make me happy,
buddy.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
Still hope. Handle it.
Damn handles.
Hearts, gratitude, cups, coffee. Love you all.
Stupid. Let's get handles.